Next up in our EP brush line is the AnadroDucer Attractor. This is a new take on the seaducer, but we're using EP Anadromus Brush 2.5 inch in purple for the front hackle on this seaducer. The brush adds a little flair, a little movement, and a little bit of color compared to traditional hackle. We're going to be starting with a size 1 saltwater hook, and we're going to start our thread base where we'll be tying in a pretty good section of Krystal Flash. And I'm using about 4 pieces cut in half, and then we're wrapping that around the thread and tying that in right on top of the hook shank. And I've pre-laid out my feathers for this fly. It makes it a lot quicker and easier if you do this when you can align the feathers for the right length and the right shape. And for this one, we're tying in 3 feathers on each side, and we're using a pink, white, and pink combination. And I've also splayed the hackle feathers out on both sides to add a little more body shape. And once you get those good and locked in, we're going to take a couple pieces of Flashabou and run those parallel along the feathers and the hook shank on each side. And once again, I've already prepped my hackle feather here, or I've adjusted to the length that I wanted with fibers, and create a little tag end. And we're going to tie this in right at the end of our taper, and we're going to be wrapping this forward. And depending on the size of the hook and the hackle feathers you're using, you may have to add more than one piece here. And we're going to end up leaving about an eye length the front of the hook, and in between there we want 2 equal sets of wraps. So we're doing the white hackle wrap here, and then we're going to be adding the brush in for the next half. And then go ahead and tie your brush in right where you left off with the last hackle wrap. And then wrap that forward and make sure you pull the fibers back as you wrap so you don't get anything stuck underneath. Get everything locked in and create a nice little taper in the front, and then a couple whip finishes to lock everything in. And then brush out the fly the best you can to make sure you've got everything unstuck. And then I'm using a little bit of the UV resin here. You can also use head cement or Zap-A-Gap. And there you have it, a new take on the classic seaducer.